Hello, my name is Derek Thomas. I'm the Center Director here at the Charleston Job Corps Center. If you're watching this video, welcome to Charleston. Pay close attention to the information you're about to hear from your peers, as there will be detailed accounts of their daily journey through our program. As you watch this video, start preparing yourself for a learning environment and experience that will teach you skills you'll use for the rest of your life. You've made one of the best decisions of your young life choosing this journey. Welcome to the Charleston Job Corps Center.
But coming to Job Corps opened my mind to being around people, to getting me used to new experiences, a learning environment. Throughout my first week, I was introduced to a lot of different people, like my dorm captain, staff, students, but also some friends that I've made along the way that I still have to this day.
I found a loving family here. It's full of students and staff members. I love everyone here. I think everyone likes me too.
Upon my arrival, my dad drove me up here, and at first I was really scared, but then when he hugged me and told me that I can do this, I felt a little bit better.
My arrival experience was great. It was very warm and welcoming. Security greeted me. They asked me where I was from, what do I plan to do here, what am I interested in.
When I met security and got my bag looked through, at first I was a little nervous because it was just me. Then eventually I got to my dorm room and I met my room captain, who was super amazing. She made me feel like I was at home, and she helped me make my friends. And she watched over me and made sure that I was always taken care of, I was safe.
I actually was driven by a car. I didn't ride on a van with other students, so it kind of amped up my anxiety about it because I didn't know who these people were at the time. I didn't know exactly how to first get a grasp, but when I first got there, I was introduced to the security guard named Wop, and he was very kind. He was very nice, along with my driver too.
When I first got here, I didn't know what to expect, and I got a little bit nervous.
We moved all my stuff to the dorm after a while, and they researched it again, made sure that my clothes were all there, that I needed to wash them or not throughout the whole process.
When they looked through my bag, I was there. It was a really nice guy. He just looked through my things and saw that I just had clothes and books and a journal, and he noticed that I was really prepared in case there was an emergency. I had a flashlight and some Band-Aids in case someone got hurt or if I got hurt.
When you first get here, you're supposed to get a snack box for new students. It's part of your CPP entry package. It includes snacks, some foods to hold you over, and essentially just a good treat to you because you're a treat to us here. You are useful and you are wonderful just for being here.
Some of the items in my snack bags were chips and cookies and stuff like that, different types of chips and cookies.
Throughout the campus, we have the 4 dormitories, the medical bay, which is located in admissions or administration, where majority of the staff work in. And then next, we have the education building, where most of our academic teachers are found, like math and English, and also Penn Foster, where you get your high school education. And then right across from it, we have the rec. The rec is very popular among the students, where we have majority of our events happening.
In the game room, we have the arcade set up. We have ping pong, basketball, skee ball, pool, air hockey. We have the weight room where students can exercise and work out whenever they have downtime. In the gymnasium, we usually host sports.
Job Corps is kind of like a work hard, play harder kind of place. There's activities to do and you can make friendships that'll help you along difficult things.
Each dorm has its own common area, specialized with its own different furniture and living space. And I think each of them are a great place to have really great talks with from different people from all around the US and closer states near you.
When I first got to the dorm, I thought it was gonna look a lot worse than what it was. It was actually like more roomy and nice. Like I came in, there's 4 beds, you have your own little space, and there's like a bathroom like right where you need it. So like everything you needed, you could just, it was in arm's reach and stuff like that. And the roommates, they were really nice. And if you ever like get worried about your roommates, you could just ask for their boundaries and stuff like that and set them yourselves, so you don't have to worry about that kind of thing if you're worried about that.
The dorm rooms are really, really useful in your time in Job Corps. It's basically your home away from whatever you considered home, or your new home when you didn't have one. It was really good to my expectation. It met all the criteria that I needed. And every day that I come back from class, and from the very day that I got here at Job Corps, it's always been that little safe spot for whenever I get out of classes or whenever I have downtime.
As a room captain, I usually get to meet the new students, and usually they're like nervous and scared, so I usually go up to them, I introduce myself, I ask for their pronouns, what would they like to be called by, I ask for their boundaries, or if anything triggers them, or if they're uncomfortable with something. I try to make sure they're like as comfortable as I can possibly help them get to reach.
My first week here, it was a very new environment, so I wasn't very social and I didn't really know anybody. But throughout that week, I met a really great amount of people, like the center director, the different teachers, the trade teachers, and even my room captain who showed me around the campus.
I was introduced to my room captain. I believe her name was Jasmine Kearns. She was a very sweet person. She helped me through a lot of my time at Job Corps. She helped me essentially navigate the center at first, my first week, because I didn't know the place, I didn't know the people, I didn't know the basic principle, except this was a place that was going to better my future. But over time, my first few weeks, I was with my dorm captain, I was in the dorm Chavez, and the RAs were very sweet. The local community was very welcoming towards me. They stopped me sometimes to see, hey, how are you doing? Do you feel okay here? Is there anything that we can help you with? And this was back in May. And ever since, kinda, I was pretty welcomed to the center when I first got here.
In the beginning of CPP, our CPP instructors had sent us down to the warehouse where we met Mr. Lovejoy, who gave us our 3 pairs of uniforms for our duration of CPP.
You get 3 polos, 3 khakis, and if you do not have any shoes, they provide you a pair of tennis shoes. They also provide you a belt to keep up your pants, and it's essentially you wear the uniform tucked in and belted for your first few weeks. Now, whenever you enter your trade, however, you get another 3 pairs of uniforms, depending on what your trade, whether it be soft or hard. They also give you either the same tennis shoes that you can get when you first get here, or hard toe boots. To make sure that they fit on you, they give you multiple times that they can allow you to go try it on, make sure it fits well. If it doesn't, it also, you can switch it out for something else. Either way, warehouse will make sure that you got the correct fitting for those clothing. Like, you don't leave without the proper things. They make sure of that.
In the dorms, there's a laundry room. There's usually 4 dryers and 4 washers. There's a whiteboard where you can write your name besides which dryer and washer you're using. There's Tide Pods, and then they have sensitive Tide Pods. If you're allergic to Tide, you can always ask for those instead.
On this campus, we have our own cafeteria where they serve us 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Throughout our entire day, they provide us with nutritional meals to be able to feed our bodies and essentially get us through the day. They have an open salad bar to where you have many different options during either lunch or dinner. And they try to provide students with any options between chicken, pork, if you have any religious or dietary needs. And they also provide water and, of course, sodas or juices too, just in case that you can't have any of those. You can drink water. You can get tea in the morning sometimes. You can get smoothies, coffee, hot cocoa, milk. They also serve, what's it called again? Lactose-free milk. That way you can, again, get through your day. They have accommodations for students in the cafeteria too, to where you can get meals provided for you that will not upset your stomach or essentially make sure that you're okay throughout the day and well fed.
Every Monday we have a business meeting where all the staff on center introduce something that's going on throughout the week or upcoming events for the students to be very informed about.
We go over the weekly things on the schedule, such as any activities, any events. There's also updates on any rules or changes to the rules, typically done by Ms. Harris. There's also updates from wellness, from the dorms. Essentially, it's to bring information that we need at that current moment of time, and if any changes or any announcements must be made. A big one that I would consider very important is the updates from staff, because it keeps us students informed on what is happening throughout our time at Job Corps.
It'll be like a slideshow. It introduces new students. Don't be nervous seeing your name up on the board. All of our names have been up there once in a while. It's just to celebrate you and show how much you have achieved when you've came here. We talk about safety, any concerns that's been popping up during the week.
My first 3 weeks at CPP Career Prep was pretty easy. It was made out to be a little bit harder than what it was, but it prepared me a lot for my career, that what I wanted to go to in the field. Strangely enough, I've changed my career a few times, but throughout the process, I was able to always figure it out with my career planner and essentially put myself right in that right setting. They help you understand what you need, how you're going to do it, what steps to get to it, and how to desire that goal in the very end.
In the beginning of CPP, one of the first things you guys will do is take your TABE test, where you'll see where your grade level or where you at educationally in math and reading.
When I first got here, I didn't know what kind of trade I wanted to do, but I was able to shadow different trades and see what kind of fits for me. The trades that are offered at Charleston Job Corps are separated in 2 different categories, the hard trades and soft trades, but don't let those names fool you, because each trade has their own different challenges that you may have to work through. The reason hard trades are called hard trades is because you have to wear steel toe boots and a protection cap and some glasses so you don't get hurt. And the soft trades are referred to that because you just wear a uniform and closed toe shoes.
Hi, my name is Josiah Gabriel. I'm 18 years old. I'm HVAC foreman, and I have just completed my NCCER Core Foundations course, HVAC Level 1, and ultimately completed my EPA 608. In HVAC, we learn the different components of a furnace and how they work, the refrigeration cycle, and the 3 R's: reclaim, recover, and recycle. Currently, I'm just being student instructor, teaching the students throughout the course how to conduct different procedures such as pipe cutting, plastic and copper pipe cutting, soldering and brazing, and how the refrigeration cycle works. I also give them different study tips and how to study the best way possible in order to successfully pass every test that they take. One of the things that I enjoy about HVAC is the sense of family that we have. We work together and we continuously push each other for greatness. My expectation when I get out of Job Corps is eventually to get into the HVAC field and eventually start up my own HVAC business.
My name is Sunny Bryant and I take the trade MAAA, Medical Administrative Assistant. What I do is learning the basic terminologies of the medical field, such as the parts for your anatomy and physiology. I also learn how to take insurance claims, be able to produce templates for medical schedules, know how to schedule, also various coding skills and medical practices, such as my legal and my terminologies. What inspired me to pursue this line of work is that my mother was also part of medical, and I've always wanted just to help people. Some of the challenges I face in my day-to-day is the mathematical side of my trade. It makes it quite difficult sometimes with dyscalculia, but other than that, we try to get by. Some advice I would give someone considering this trade is never give up, no matter how difficult it may seem. The challenges that come with this trade is a lot of book work, but at the end of the day, it helps you understand what you need to do. One of the things I most enjoy about this trade is the fact that it is beneficiary to humankind, that I can help people and assist them in any way possible.
My name is Zachary. I'm 16 years old. I'm in facility maintenance. We do plumbing, HVAC work. We do a little bit of carpentry. We do a little bit of electricity work. We learn how to cut grass, learn how to build stuff, and have fun. My most recent projects were we built a wall on FM to hide all of our tools behind. The staircase, we painted it, we built the studs, everything. And built my auntie a shelf, painted it, all of that. And then right now we are making a carport where we can put stuff under it where it's dry. We're putting the concrete and everything down. One of the things I enjoy about my trade is that my instructor kind of lets us free roam on things that we do, and he doesn't get upset if we mess up because it's just a training facility. So you weren't supposed to be perfect whenever you get in there.
My name is Christian Abacan. Most people call me Bacon. About my trade, we learn how to do from telephones to camera systems to learning how to run cable. The longest I've ever ran is 500 feet. An interesting fact is when you learn this trade, you can take an Ethernet cable and turn it to HDMI cable. What inspired me to do networking cabling was it was an intro to get into an IT degree. So, you know, you have to learn for a network, like my degree in cybersecurity, you have to be able to know how to do wiring, how to do a server, how to run the cable, because sometimes people don't want to pay you to pay extra people to do extra things. So they want you to know everything. One of the things I enjoy about this trade is I get to able to use my knowledge and what I love to do, like taking apart computers or taking apart a telephone system, or learning how you can run cable to different places and play what you call phone tag. And you meet some interesting people, you know, that have the same ideas and favorite things to do. Some of the ways we ensure safety measures on the job is we make sure for every student that comes out of here, they wear their PPE, like their helmet, they have their punch down, they know how to climb a ladder, how far they can go up and how far they can't. We make sure that they wear gloves, because the insulation can sometimes make you irritated and it can make you sick. So there's a lot of different, you know, aspects.
I'm Daniel Jenkins. I'm the Business Center Manager of Office Administration at the Charleston Job Corps. We want the people in our class to come in and feel comfortable, feel like they can have somewhere to go whenever they get confused or be able to ask questions. It's a great class. It's not easy. It's a very mentally challenging class. We have a great culture in our class. We accept everyone for who they are. One of the things I've enjoyed about this trade is I'm learning more about the software of computers instead of something I already know, which is the hardware. And you come into this class and you meet all kinds of different people.
My name is Terrell Adams, and I'm a part of the medical trade, which is medical administrative assistant. And my goal here is to become a licensed psychologist. Some of the challenges that I have in my trade is the book work and some of the tests. And some advice I would give to some people considering this trade is to really study hard and try to take notes, because that can really go a long way, especially when taking the test in this trade. One of the things I enjoy about this trade is the community that we have in this trade. It's very diverse and it's very fun and enjoyable to be around many different people from all around the U.S.
So one of the projects we're currently working on are little kids tables, like picnic tables, and we had I think it's called water blasting or something like that. Hydroblasting. We had a hydroblast tables so that we could paint them over. One of the things that I enjoy about my trade is when they bring in chairs and tables and we get to sandblast them and then we get to paint them over. One of the challenges I face, I have to get up on scaffolding and ladders that are like 20 feet or above higher, and we have to do things that are out of my comfort zone.
I attended Penn Foster at Job Corps. They have all of the basic lessons like English, science, math, history. And at the very end of the program, you'll have your electives. You get to choose what it is. Like you can do masonry, you can do health, any of that. And after you're done with all of that, you get your high school diploma.
My experience from Job Corps differed from my experiences in high school. I'm more grown up. I know that I need it. I know that I gotta move through it. And I know that it's gonna help me in my future. During my time in Penn Foster, the most I needed and what helped me the most was I've always had a problem with fractions and pre-algebra, but it helped me a lot with the videos, the practice tests, the actual tests, and I ended up getting through it and I'm doing great now. The support system at Job Corps has helped me through it a lot, because you come up here, you don't have to worry about not having a place to sleep, you don't have to worry about not being able to eat, you don't have to worry about anything except for getting it done.
My name is Mercy. I'm a student here at Job Corps, but I'm not just a student. I have leadership positions and I also have club activities that are good for socializing with other students and making people feel more welcome. I am a room captain, which a room captain is someone who helps with new students, make them feel more comfortable and make it feel like more like you're at home and stuff like that. I'm in Ladies with a Vision, which that's a club for both for women and trans women alike. We get together and we try to make the world a better place, one step at a time, or even just stuff in the facility, make it a little bit better. It's women supporting women. I'm in D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons. That's more of a activity that you can hang out with other students. We basically can make up characters and go hunt for treasure or stuff like that. There's also a club called Safety Cadets. Safety Cadets, they walk around the trade building and they look for issues that is wrong with the safety and report it to staff.
Some of the organizations that I'm involved in with campus is SGA, Ladies of a Vision, Safety Cadets, Y2Y, DEI, and most importantly, Dorm Captain.
I didn't know before you came here you can go on weekend passes to see your family and stuff like that. And you can also go on PTO, which is paid time off.
What I would have liked to know before I got the Job Corps was that you really had freedom, but it was in limited amounts sometimes. Like, you can't go willy-nilly. You have to abide by rules and by standards set by the center. And sometimes that caused a little bit of conflict between students and staff, but in the end, they're there to teach you that life has its limits of what you can do.
Looking back at some things I wish I would have brought up here with me are snacks and drinks. And I know sometimes when I get new students, they seem like they're bored. So like if you have a video game console or a TV, go ahead and bring it up. Maybe different pairs of shoes. Maybe you want to like switch out your shoes. Some silly things that aren't really that important but could make a difference. Maybe bring some posters or some appropriate art and decorate your room, because we do allow you to decorate your dorm, make it feel like home.
What I would tell you is that no matter where you have started in life, even before Job Corps, or when you think about signing up for Job Corps, is that no matter where you come from, no matter where you start from, just because you come here does not mean that you are not willing. You can make it through it, and by choosing this step in life, you have already started that first step towards your future. Always begin with the end in mind when you come here, because when you leave here, you're going to leave such a better person.
Every person I'd meet here and ask questions, I'd get little bits of wisdom from them. Like one person would tell me, the first 3 weeks are going to be your hardest, but after that, it's smooth sailing from there. Or don't think about what you're doing now, think about the finish line. What are you going to have after all of this? And also another thing I'd think back is I would think about what I was doing before I got here. Like, do I really want to leave and go back to where I started?
I would say that throughout it all, I have learned a lot, both from myself and others. I became a me that couldn't have become that way without Job Corps.